computer down a little bit. There we go. So I can see all of you. Now, if I call you out on something, I'm not being, you know, it's not because you're doing something wrong, it's because I want to really help you. So it's important that I can see all of your bodies as well. So I might ask you to move your computer up or down, and I'll give you some teaching cues as we go along, and that's why this is good, so that I can see you all. Yeah, so don't be worried if I'm saying something to you personally. It's so that I can help and enhance your training and practice. I'll make things more challenging if you need them, and I'll also make things easier if you need them as well. So I'll give a whole range of different things for you. Okay, so standing at the back of your mat, nice and tall. If you've got a yoga block to hand or a pillow, then great. If you don't, then don't worry. Just look down at your feet and make sure they're hip distance. So you want them in line with your hips. And if you've got a pillow or a block, just pop it between your thighs. But again, if you don't have one, don't worry at all. In fact, I'm not going to use mine for those that don't have one. If you have, then keep it between your thighs. Okay, so we're going to start off with getting into our bodies, getting into our breath, and just seeing how we're feeling today. So I'm going to ask you, if you want to close your eyes. If you want to keep your eyes open, that's absolutely fine. You don't have to close them at all. And all we're going to do is start to connect with our breath. So I want you just to notice the breath coming in and the breath going out. And ideally, you want to breathe in through the nose and we want to breathe out through the mouth. So just have a go at that and just connect with your breath. And this is just becoming aware of the breath, being mindful of our breath. And while you're breathing in and out, your job is to try and slow that breath down. So we're just going to calm our breath. Notice the length of the breath as you breathe it in through the nose. And just the length of the breath as you breathe out through the mouth. And we're not forcing it, we're just letting it come naturally. Just trying to slow it down. And if your arms are on your hips, hands on hips, just bring them down by your sides, just so that your arms are just hanging down by your sides. Lovely. And with each out breath, focusing on your shoulders, I want you to visualize your shoulders just melting down your spine with each out breath. So they're really becoming heavy. And with each in-breath, I want you to feel a lightness through the top of your head, like you're breathing yourself up to the ceiling or out to the sky if you're in the garden. And then each out-breath, let the shoulders melt down your spine. And this is a really nice technique, nice breathing technique to really try and relax the shoulders. We carry a lot of tension and stress in our shoulders. So you want to try and find that space between your earlobes and your shoulders. Breathing into the top of your head, breathing out, melting those shoulders down all the way down to your feet. And then we're going to open our eyes. We're going to take a little balance and flow challenge here. So we're going to inhale, rock up to your toes, and exhale, squeeze your belly in, back to your heels. Inhale up to your toes, and exhale back to your heels. Now what I want you to try and do here is keep your balance and your flow. So Pilates is all about becoming aware of your own precision and flow. You might only get a little way before you start to, and we don't want that to happen, yeah? We want to have control over our body. So think about everything coming from your stomach. Think about everything coming from your stomach muscles. And we gently rock backwards and forwards. I can't do very much today. I'm feeling a little bit out of balance. So remember, each day we feel differently in our bodies as well. Then place the feet flat on the floor, so toes are down, heels are down, and we take that lean again. It's a lot more challenging. You're going to have to use your thighs here. You're going to have to use your glutes here. You're going to have to use your stomach muscles. And lifting out through the top of your head. Imagine someone's lifting you nice and tall. And then back to the center. Find somewhere in the middle where you notice your toes are on the floor and your heels are on the floor. Good. And then we tilt the pelvis. So this is about us finding our natural or neutral position to work in. So our spines can move quite a bit in some cases they can't. So you want to try and keep your spine in line. Yeah, and I can do this a little bit closer if anyone needs me to. So you want to line your hips up with your sacrum. You want to imagine it's a bowl of water. Keep that water level. If we tilt the bowl forwards, all the water's going to fall out and our stomach muscles are soft and our back's going to be compressed. Same the other way. We don't want to be too rounded. So you'll notice my back's quite curved, and that's sometimes a bad thing for me. I have a lot of pain in my back, so I have to keep my level like this. So you want to imagine it's a bowl of water. Okay, and that's your neutral spine. We're going to take some breaths now, in through the nose and out through the mouth like you're blowing through a straw. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And as we do this, we want to engage our belly. So as you breathe out, you want to engage your stomach muscles. And as you breathe in, you want to feel it in your chest, like an accordion, expanding. And then exhale, engage the stomach muscles. Inhale and exhale. That's what you want to imagine that your body's doing. So you're inhaling all this air and you're exhaling, breathing it out and engaging your stomach. And that's what I mean by our powerhouse, our core. Everything's coming from here. Our strength is all coming from our stomach. Imagine it as like a ball of light and it's shining out around you, giving you strength everywhere. Yeah? All right, let's get some movement now. We've done lots of prep. Let's get some movement now. So hands on the shoulders, standing nice and tall. And we're going to circle our shoulders backwards. But remember, we want to keep that posture. So what we don't want to happen is this. We don't want to start arching the back. So we want to try and use the stomach to keep everything in line. Keep your head up. And then we're going to extend our arms. Really push through the fingertips. So really fire up your arms. That's it, lovely. Scooping the belly in. Inhale, arms up, exhale, arms down. Good. And then we're going to put the hands on the shoulders again. This time we're going to circle them forwards. So scoop the belly in. This time the tendency sometimes to round as we go forwards, but we want to keep working against our body. That's it, lovely. Keep it going. Good. Extend those arms now. Extend through to your fingertips. Excuse me, I've got hiccups. I think I drank my cup of tea too fast. Keep extending through. And these circles don't need to be big. They can be little circles. You're going to start feeling fire in your arms and then shake it out. Shake the whole body out. Lovely. We're going to warm up the neck now because that's really important that we don't start doing things without warming up our neck properly. So we're going to bring our chin to our chest and we're going to roll our head up to look over the left shoulder and we're going to roll it down to look over the right shoulder, like little semicircles or half moons. And just notice how your neck feels. Does it feel stiff? Does it feel tight? Or does it feel really good today? Because sometimes we wake up in the morning and we've got stiff necks, don't we? And sometimes we wake up and we feel really good. Inhale, look up to the ceiling, release your jaw. So we want to stretch out the jaw here. So you can do, when you look up to the ceiling, you want to do this with your face. You can make a noise as well if you want. That's it. Lovely. And then exhale, bring your chin to your chest, looking down at your toes or your chest or your stomach, whatever you can see. Inhale, look up to the ceiling, release your jaw. You can make that funny noise if you want. And then chin to chest. We're going to roll down now. So scoop your belly and we're going to start to mobilize the spine. Soften your knees and we're going to roll down bone by bone, just halfway. Let the head be floppy, hands be floppy, and then scoop the belly in. Let your stomach muscles push you back up. Imagine your stomach is pushing you back up again. And then we go down. Down we go, down, 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 down. And then scoop the belly and back up, 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 up. Lovely. Take the arms above your head. And you're going to hold on. I'm going to come down because you can't see the top of me, but you're going to be standing up. You guys stand up. And then you're going to take yourself to the side and then back to the center, all the way up and take yourself to the side. Good. Imagine you've got a pane of glass in front of you and behind you and you're trying to lean between the two, so you don't want to come too far forwards. That's it. And then take the arms down, shake it out. Lovely. Okay. We're going to do upper body twists now. So we're going to really focus on our stomach area, our stomach muscles. And what we're going to do, if you've got a block or a pillow, pop it between, oh, you've still got it between your legs, haven't you? I took mine out. But if you don't, like I said, don't worry. You're going to keep that pillow between your thighs. I might lift this up a little bit so you can see me a bit higher. There we go. Okay. So pop it between your thighs. And you want to imagine you've got headlights on your hip bones. From here down, we are cemented to the spot, but the upper body is going to twist away. Yeah? So imagine those lights are on your hip bones. What we don't want is those lights shining around the room. We want those lights facing the front. Yeah? So we're going to take our hands behind our heads and you're going to bring your shoulders down. You want to make sure that we don't do this or we don't do this. So you want to use our stomach muscles to keep us in check. We inhale, and as you exhale, you twist your upper body to the right. I'm not sure if this is mirrored for you guys. And then you back to the center. And then exhale to the left. And then back to the center, shoulders down, eye gaze up. Imagine you've got a light shining from your heart center. So you want that light to shine around the room or the garden. But the hips, the lights on your hips, stay facing forwards. So the upper body twists away. And you should feel this in the sides of your abdominals. So really firing up your core muscles and maybe your lower abs as well. So this part of your stomach as well, just underneath your belly button. So draw the belly in as you twist. Exhale. And then you inhale to come back to the center. Exhale to twist. Good. Can you all bring your shoulders down a bit? That's it. Keep it going, guys. Lovely. Really good. So Bradley, can you keep those headlights on your hips shining at the screen? So don't let those headlights on your hips twist around the garden. Imagine you're shining those beams in. Yeah, so maybe just twist a little bit less, Bradley. Maybe don't twist so much. That's it. Good. Much better. Nice, everyone. Keep pushing your elbows back. So Nikki, can you bring your elbows back a little bit? That's it. All right, let's shake it out because we've been doing that a little while. Shake, 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 shake the whole body. I always like to have a good shake after I've done something controlled. I then like to do something a bit crazy. I can see you guys like a shake as well. Good. We'll do more shakes then. Shaking's good. Okay, we're going to do some strength and balance exercises now. So as skaters, get rid of your pillow and block now. As skaters, this is a really great exercise to work on A, your strength, and B, your balance, which are two really useful skills to have as skaters. So we're going to stand on our mat, and I want to just emphasize that not everybody's got great balance and not everybody's got great strength, and that's okay because we have to start from somewhere before you get to the next stage. So I would rather you listen to your body and take it simple and easy and then build yourself up, okay? So if I correct you, again, it's not because you're doing it wrong, it's because I want you to get the best out of the session and for yourselves. So hands on our hips, we're going to stand on our right leg and you're going to bring your left foot by your ankle. We're going to inhale, bend that free leg, and you're going to exhale, point your toe and extend it in front. And as you point, really feel your stomach muscles working as you exhale. Inhale, bend the knee, and exhale, extend it. And so this is a bit of a balance exercise. It might be that you need to keep your foot on the floor. It might also be that you might need to hold a chair or a wall next to you. If you can manage without, then that's great. You all look like you've got good control. So next, if you want to make it more challenging, you can take that leg a bit higher. Woo, are we going to wobble? If we're wobbling, bring it lower. I wobbled, I'm going to bring it lower. Use your stomach muscles. Imagine someone's lifting you up. You know when you're all on the ice, you're standing tall. We don't want to be skating in this position. We want to be skating in a lengthened position. Whether or not you can actually achieve that with your body is neither here nor there. We want to think about lengthening. Yeah, we're working towards that. Good. Maybe we can use the standing leg as well. So maybe we can bend both legs and we extend both legs. So we bend both. This is really going to work that standing leg now. But maybe you start to lose balance. So maybe the free leg has to come down a bit. And then maybe if you want, you can use the arms as well. So you bring the arms in, so you bend the knees, and then you open and extend, shoulders down. Gorgeous, everyone. Lovely. Inhale, bend. And if you're losing your balance, just do less. So bring the hands back to the hips or stop bending the standing leg. Oh yeah, I can see you're all like, get me off that standing leg. All right, let's shake it out. I'm reading the boxes. I see you all. Yeah, let's have a shake out. We like the shake outs, don't we? Shake it out. Shake it out. Twist, 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 shake it out. Oh, I like those moves. What was this one you did? Yeah, let's all do this one. Maybe we can all come up with different shake out moves. All right, let's stand on the left leg now. So we're gonna do the same, because we always do the same both sides. And again, remember that sometimes our bodies aren't even. Sometimes we have more strength and more balance and more flexibility on one side than the other. But we must always do both sides so we can try and even ourselves out. So standing on the left leg now, hands on the hips. Inhale, bend that right leg, and exhale, extend and point. Inhale, bend, use your stomach muscles. Exhale, extend. Lengthen through the top of your head. Good. And maybe you can take that leg higher. Whoop. Point your toes. Oh, I've got cramp. If you get cramp, I don't know whether that's a skater's thing or just a me thing. I get cramp all the time in my feet. So if you get cramp, you can flex your foot so you can kick with your heel. But you might want to point your toe. And then we're going to bend both legs. Can we bend both? And then extend both? Can we bend both and extend both? Whoa. Anyone losing their balance like me? Then do less, make it a bit easier for yourself. And then we're going to, good, get the arms going. Nice, Mary's already moved on to the arms, lovely. If the arms are too much for you though, then just keep the arms by your side. You don't have to use them. If you're finding that it helps with your balance, then great. If you're finding that it's making it worse, then just have hands on the hips. Inhale, bend. And if you want to, get the arms nice and flowy. Pretty or strong or whatever your style of skating is. So you might want to get strong skating arms, or you might want to use floaty skating arms. Whatever you want to do. And I think we should get off this leg now. Let's shake it out. Shake it out. Do your shaking moves. Whatever your best shake moves are. Shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. Loving the shaking. Good, good, good. All right. Next, we're going to get down into our glutes and our thighs and our hips and our groins. So we're going to really work the legs here, as well as our core and our arms. So really this exercise is great for everything, because again, we're thinking about our posture. So a lot of, especially with skating, as we know, skating is dancing on ice, isn't it? I mean, it literally is. We're moving, we're expressing our bodies, but it's also a sport as well, so it's very physical. So a lot of the crossovers are with things like ballet. So we're going to do some similar ballet moves. We're going to do some pliés, and then we're going to do some squats. So we're going to do some exercises that are going to help with our posture and our strength and our flexibility, and hopefully that can help with things on the ice as well when we're eventually going to get back on it again. But it will also, if anyone's using off-ice skates or the inlines, it helps with that as well. So we're going to take the legs nice and wide, as wide as you can, but not so that you're feeling uncomfortable. And you're going to find your neutral spine. So I'm going to show you sideways on. In fact, can you all turn sideways so I can see your body sideways on? Lovely, great. That's it, so turning sideways on. Good, so we're going to bend the knees and send the bottom down to the floor. Your job is to keep your back nice and straight. So imagine you've got a wall behind you. If you want, you can put your hands there. You've got a wall behind your head and a wall behind your bottom. And you're going to bend your knees and slide up and down that wall. So just watch me a second, guys. Just watch me for a moment. What I don't want is your head to come off that wall, or for your shoulders to round. You want to keep that head there, keep the bottom there, sliding up and down. And you're going to really feel this in the outside of your thighs, the inside in your groin area. So you don't have to come down too low if it's too intense for you, or if you start to lean forwards. We're going to use the arms as well. So once you've got a nice flow going, as you bend your knees, big circles, and we're going to hold it here. Arms up, bend the knees. So the arms come up above the head. That's it. And then you breathe out and come back up to stand. Arms come down by your sides, and we reset. We inhale, bend the knees, arms up to the ceiling. And exhale, out through the mouth, belly to spine, squeeze your bottom. Inhale, bend. So think about sending those legs out to the sides. And I'm just going to come and check on you all here. Lovely. Inhale, bend. Nice. Good, nice posture. Juliana, can you tuck your bottom in a little bit as you come down? That's it. So think about getting that nice and straight. And Bradley, Bradley, can you open your legs a little bit wider, please? That's it. And turn your toes out, Bradley. So your toes are facing the front and I want them turned out. Nice. Keep it going. If you need to rest at any point, guys, you just stop. Listen to your body. You can shake it out. If you're okay to keep going, then do. Nice, Nikki. Good. Remember your head, Nikki, needs to keep in contact with the wall behind you, that imaginary wall you've created. So make sure you're not coming off too much. Make sure you're coming straight down. Remember to shake it out when you want to. Lovely posture, Jean. Nice. Oh, I can see you're using the wall to help you. That's a really good idea. Good. And let's stop and let's shake it out. Everyone shake it out. Shake, 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 shake. Shake it out. Oh. Lovely. We're going to do something a little bit, the same exercise, but slightly different. So we're going to work some different muscles. So we were working the inner and outer thighs, and now we're going to work the fronts and the backs, especially our glutes and our quad muscles here. So these are squats, and you might all be familiar with squats. You might have all been familiar with pliés as well. Some of you might do dance as well. So the squats, what we're going to do, you know that wall that we pretended was behind us, or some of you actually used a wall, we're going to imagine that wall is going to tilt us forwards. So rather than it being straight like this, it's just tilted us about a 45-degree angle like that. Yeah, so our body's now going to come to this position. So watch me first, guys. So where we were coming down and up nice and straight, we're now going to come forwards to this angle. So we need to turn our toes. So if you come back to your mats, turn sideways for me so I can see you. Your feet want to be facing the front. So Bradley, how you had your feet before were perfect. So you want to have your feet facing the front, so not turned out. We want them facing forwards. And we're going to inhale, bend our knees, and we're going to stick our bottom out, but keep our back nice and straight. Arms are going to come up by our ears. And we're going to exhale, come back up again. We're going to inhale, almost like maybe if you're trying to catch a chair with your bottom that's moved a bit further away from you. And then come back up. Good. Lovely. As you come down, draw your belly in. That's it. Inhale, bend the knees. So Jenny's box, there's two of you in there. If you can, so the lady in the red top, if you can just take, hi, if you can have your legs a little bit wider and just have your head in line like that, rather than looking up. And that might be good for everyone. We don't want your heads looking up. You want to keep your head in line. Think of your head, which it is, as an extension of your spine. So you don't want the head lifting too high or too low. Excellent. Good, Bradley. Good. Stephanie, can you open your legs a little bit wider? Can you take your legs wider? That's it. And then you can get a bit lower. Inhale, bend the knees. Stick that bottom right back. That's it. Get those legs a little bit wider, Stephanie. You want to think about sinking yourself down. That's it. So as you come down, do you want to watch me, Stephanie? As you come down, and if anyone wants to shake it out and rest, you can. As you come down, you bend your knees. Yeah? Better. You're going to hold it down there. That's it. And then come back up again. Good. So just keep it small. Let's all shake it out. Shake, 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 shake. We like the shakes. Good. All right. We're going to do one more exercise with this, these squats. Is everyone feeling it in their legs? You feeling, how are your legs doing? We good? Thumbs up for good. Thumbs here for Excellent. I love it when everyone puts their thumbs up. But if you're not, you can be honest with me as well. I like honesty too. Okay. So we're going to do one more set of squats. And what we're going to do, just watch me first. We're going to take it to, actually you can choose. You can choose whether you want to do the plie with the legs open, or if you want to do the squat with the toes facing the front. Whichever one you prefer, you choose. So you either have the legs open, the feet open or closed. It's entirely up to you, whichever one you preferred. And then, so I'm going to do the plie just for the demonstration. So from here, I'm then going to rise up to my toes. And I'm going to squeeze my glutes. I'm going to use my stomach muscles. I'm going to shoot my hands to the floor. If you're doing it with your feet facing the front, it's a bit more challenging to balance. So just be aware of that. Okay, so let's have a go. Whichever one you want to do, the squat or the plie. You're going to inhale. I'll do a squat this time to mix it up a bit. Inhale, take it down. And exhale, rising up. Arms to your sides. So bring your arms down and rise to your toes. That's it. Try and keep your spine neutral, so don't let that chest or bottom stick out. Good. And then come back down. Inhale, squat or plie, whichever one you want to do. Inhale. Exhale, rise up to your toes. Holding it here. Use your breath. So breathing in and breathing out. Arms by your sides. And then heels down. Again, let's go. Inhale, take it down. And exhale, rising up. Squeeze your glutes, pull up in your thighs, hold that balance, and then bring your heels down and walk your feet back in and shake it out. Excellent. Okay, we're going to get some full body movement now, as well as doing some really strong conditioning. So it's really important that we're mixing up strength, flexibility. We also want to have control over our body. So mobility and stability of our joints is really important for all of those things to come together. So I'm going to quickly show you a nice flow that we're going to do together. And I'm going to show you lots of rest positions if anyone needs them. And I'm going to also show you different positions for your body to be in. So I'm going to take this nice and slowly. And if anyone wants to watch it several times, that's fine. Join in when you're ready. The first round though, I all want your faces up against the screen. So can I see everyone's faces up against the screen? Oh, hello everyone. Hi. So everyone's going to, hello. Everyone's going to watch, okay? The first round, and then you can keep watching until you're ready. And when you're ready, you can join in. But the first round, you're just going to watch, okay? So let me move this down a bit like that. There we go. Okay. So, to start with, you're going to stand at the back of your mat, just watching. You're going to inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, arms to your sides, chin to chest, and you're going to scoop your belly in, almost like you're rolling over a ball. And you're going to feel your spine releasing, bone by bone. You can have your legs straight or bent. You're going to relax your head and wobble out here. And then we're going to walk out to a plank. Now, this is a really important position to be in to make sure that you're not going to injure your body. So I would always start with your knees down if you've not done it before. And then you can walk yourself up if you need to. It's a really challenging position to be in. And then you're either going to bring your knees down and walk back, or you're going to push your body into a triangle position. So those that do yoga, this is like a down dog. And then you walk your hands back to your feet. Relax your head and roll up. Use your stomach. So imagine that stomach is pushing you, bone by bone. And then we repeat. So if anyone wants to join in now, you can. If you want to watch it again, stay watching. So we inhale, take our arms up. You should all be standing at the back of your mat if you're joining in. If you're watching still, that's fine. Exhale, arms to your sides. Bring your chin down first, and then you're going to roll down bone by bone. Use your stomach muscles to draw your belly in and roll down. Keep your knees nice and soft to start with. You want a heavy head, heavy shoulders, heavy everything. We inhale here, and you exhale. Walk your hands out to a plank. Now bring your knees down if you're not sure. And you can always walk up and down. And you want your bottom in line with your head and your head in line with the spine. And then we bring the knees back down. You walk your hands back to your knees, or you can push into a triangle position. And then we hold that forward fold again. Relax your head. You're going to hang out here like a rag doll. Floppy, floppy, floppy. And then you scoop the belly in and let the stomach muscles push you back up. Bone by bone, your head should be the very last thing to come up. And then we repeat. Inhale, take the arms up, scoop the belly in. Exhale, arms to your sides. Chin to chest, scoop the belly. You can see the theme here, can't you? And then roll down, all the way down. You're going to hold it here. So I'm just going to talk you guys through it. Hold it, relax your head down. That's it. So flop out here. So you know how we do the body shake thing? I want you to shake your head, shake your arms. If you need to bend your knees, then you can. If you feel like you can straighten them, that's fine too. Just listen to your body. And then you inhale, and on the exhale, you walk out to your plank. So can you walk your hands all the way out? Nice, everyone. Hands under your shoulders. Hips in line with your shoulders. Can you lift your bottom a little bit higher, Bradley? That's it. You can also do this on your elbows, guys. If it's hurting your hands or your arms, you can do it on your elbows. And then inhale, either bring the knees down or push your bottom up to the ceiling and walk your hands back to your feet. And we do this really slowly because we want to have control. You want to feel each posture and then relax and release your head. And we're going to hold this forward fold. You're going to hold it down. Don't rush up too soon. We're going to hold it, hold it, hold it. And then scoop your belly and roll up. Your stomach muscles push you up. Your head's the last thing to come up. And we're going to do it one more time because it's so lovely. We want to get nice and strong and flexible. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, arms to your sides, chin to chest. Scoop your belly in. Soften your knees and down you go. All the way down, holding it at the bottom. Imagine if you want that you've got a magnet on your head and it's pulling you down towards the floor. You don't have to obviously touch the floor. You're just imagining that weight of your head. And that should be quite releasing through your back. Watch out for your feet as well. Have them a little bit wider than your hips. If your feet are together, you want to open them out a little bit wider. And then inhale, exhale, walk out to your plank. If you get a little bit dizzy or whatever, then obviously don't hold it so long. I know that sometimes we can get dizzy holding these positions. So just rest if you need to by bringing your knees to the floor, or come back up again if you need to. Go at your own pace. Good. Well done, Stephanie. And then everyone's going to bring their knees to the floor. So if you come up to stand, just roll back down and come down to a kneeling position on your mat. I'm going to move my computer a bit nearer so that you can all see me a bit better. There we go. Okay, so we're going to come onto all fours here, and I call this a tabletop position. We can imagine that we're a table. Lovely. So we're going to put our hands on the floor and we're going to push our spine up the ceiling like a cat stretch. Imagine we're a cat stretching up to the ceiling. And then we're going to lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Now, as we lengthen, I want you to engage your stomach muscles. And we're going to use a group of muscles called, in fact, let's all come to sit for a minute, because I want to talk to you about the pelvic floor muscles, because they're really important. And I think I want everyone's attention on this one. So your pelvic floor muscles are really, really important. And I didn't realise how important they were until I learned about them. They're a group of muscles that support all of your vital organs. And when we're thinking about core strength, especially with ice skating, because ice skating is all about core strength, your pelvic floor muscles are really, really important, and they help with your core strength. So the easiest way for me to describe how to use your pelvic floor muscles is, if you need to go to the toilet and you stop yourself from going, you know, like when you're really desperate to go to the toilet, this is the same for men as it is for women, guys and girls, everyone's the same. When you need to go to the toilet and you stop yourself from going because you don't want to have an accident, those are your pelvic floor muscles, and they're really important for core strength, not just for bladder control. So we'll have a little go at activating them now if you want to, before we do the exercises. So all I want you to do is imagine you need to go to the toilet and stop yourself from going. Now, these are your secret muscles. I don't know if you're using them or not. So only you know if you're using them. Yeah? So we're going to use those muscles with our breath now. So as you breathe in, you're going to release your pelvic floor muscles. As you breathe out, you're going to engage them. As you breathe in, you'll release them. And as you breathe out, you engage them. And that might sound very confusing, but if you keep joining me each week, if we carry these sessions on, it should become a little bit easier to understand. So as you breathe out, you engage your stomach, and we imagine that we're stopping ourselves from going to the toilet. As you breathe in, you release the pelvic floor muscles, but obviously just be careful if you do need to go to the toilet. we don't want to have any accidents. All right, so we're going to use those muscles in the next exercise, and don't worry if you get confused, because I always get confused with my breathing and my in and out and this and that, and it's just about practicing, okay? But you'll really notice the difference, and I'll just give one more example of when you'll notice the difference. I notice the difference in my jumps. So that moment in the air where I'm doing, I don't know, just a 3 jump, a simple 3 jump, yeah? So in the air, as I take off, I'm a left-handed skater. As I take off, that moment in the air is when I exhale and I use my core and I draw my pelvic floor in, and then I inhale on the landing. Yeah, so you can use the Pilates breath for that. So I inhale to prepare it, I exhale in the air, use the muscles, and I inhale to land. So we can use the breath in our skating, in our off-ice training, and in our on-ice training as well. And I really noticed the difference in my, and that's what got me my double axel, because I understood that I had to breathe out and everything had to come from here. Everything was lifted and engaged, and I breathed at the right time. So we're not going to do double axels today. We're going to do some stuff on the floor, which is going to be a lot more simple, but it's going to help you understand how to use your core muscles and use your pelvic floor. So we'll bring our hands to the floor. And everyone see me okay? I just want to make sure that I'm in this shot. There we go. So in this position here, okay, so we're going to use the breath now. You're going to inhale, push the floor away, scoop your belly in and release your pelvic floor. And then as you exhale, you're going to lengthen, breathe out and draw in your pelvic floor. So imagine you're stopping yourself from going to the toilet as you lengthen your spine. Breathe out, breathe in and round. Breathe out and lengthen, pelvic floor engaged. Breathe in, release, chin to chest, and lengthen. And you should feel, shake it out if you need to, you should feel those muscles starting to work and have a bit of an understanding for them. So don't worry if it takes a while for you to get them. It takes a while to understand. So we're going to come onto our backs now and we're going to do some core work. If that has led for anyone to need the toilet, because sometimes when we talk about these things, sometimes it actually makes people want to go to the toilet. If you do need to go to the toilet, then please do go. Don't hold it in just because we're doing this session. Sometimes it triggers it off, but don't worry. We've got about another 15 or so minutes, so if you can wait, then great. So we're going to lie on our backs now. We're going to do some core work. I would advise you all to have a pillow or a block by your head. So I'm going to grab my cushion again. Here we go. And I'm just going to pop that by my head. So we're going to lie on our backs in this position here and bring your knees to your chest. This is your rest and recovery position. So if you notice any pain in your back or you just need to rest, then come to this position here. So we're going to do some core work. You're going to bring your legs into reverse tabletop. And what that means is, imagine you're a table and you're lying on your back, and that's your legs in the air. So the top of the table is on the floor. And you want to press your lower back into the floor. What you don't want is this lower back to lift. So you want to really use your stomach muscles. Imagine you've got a weight on your stomach pushing you down to the floor. So you want to all look out for each other. I know you've all got people in the room with you. So it might be a good idea for you to look out for each other and just check. And if you're not sure, if you want to check yourself, use your hands, and you should be able to get your fingers underneath the lower part of your back. If you can, you've got to press your back into the floor more. So you shouldn't be able to feel a gap. And you can all check this for yourself, actually. You shouldn't be able to slide your fingers underneath. So use your stomach muscles. And then we're going to have our arms by our sides, and we're going to inhale. Imagine we've got some water on the floor. You're going to dip your toe down towards the water, but not all the way, just a little way. Exhale, dip it. Inhale, lift it. And then we're going to switch sides. You should be able to keep your back on the floor. It's really important that you don't lift your lower back up. If your lower back starts to lift, you're going to hurt it and injure it. So you really want to use the stomach muscles here. And you want to relax your shoulders. Can you feel if your shoulders are tense? Do you feel tense in your shoulders? If you do, just try and breathe out and relax your shoulders. Remember, you can always bring your knees back to your chest and rest in this position. And I'm demonstrating the rest position for you. So everyone needs to look out for each other here. You need to be responsible for yourself by making sure that you can't put your hands underneath your lower back. And we need to make sure that everyone's posture is correct, because this exercise is really good for our stomach muscles. It's really good for our body awareness, but it can also be really bad for our backs if we do it incorrectly. So that's why I'm saying do less. Don't take your leg all the way down to the floor. If you can keep your lower back on the floor the whole time, then have a go at taking your feet down. And I showed you at the beginning my back, my bendy back, which used to be great for me, but now I can't do very much with it because it hurts so much. So I very rarely can get my feet to the floor because it hurts my back, and I want to get a strong stomach as opposed to a weak back. And using the stomach muscles helps free up my spine, and that's what this is all about. So Pilates is really good for that as well. Bring the knees in and let's just rest it out. If you want to shake the legs out, shake it out if you want to shake the legs in the air. Good. Okay, we're going to do another exercise now. This one's called, actually we'll do some little circles. We'll do some controlled circles. So have your legs straight on the floor. And then we're going to take our left leg up to the ceiling. If you want, you can bend that right leg. If you want to put the foot flat on the floor, you can for extra stability. And you're going to point your toe in the air, and we're going to do very small circles, exhaling each time you circle round. Now, some of you are doing big circles, so I just want you to stop for a minute and watch me. So if everyone just stops, I want to make sure that we get these exercises right. You're going to point your toes. In fact, let me just move my thing up a bit so you can see my foot in the air. There we go. So you're going to move your leg very, very slowly using the inner thigh. So you can turn your leg out to the side. Very little tiny circles. I can't even demonstrate big circles because I'll hurt my back. So if I was to start taking my leg really big and wild, it's going to move my hips and pelvis, and you want to keep all of this locked in position. So even though these exercises, it's tempting to let everything go crazy, I want the control here. We can do all the crazy shakes afterwards, but this bit we want to keep controlled, really controlled. And then you're going to really feel the benefits in your core, and you're going to look out for your back as well. So everyone lying on their back, we're all going to bend our right foot. We're not going to have that leg straight. So right foot's bent and the foot is on the floor. We're going to point our left leg up to the ceiling and do tiny little circles. So look at your toe. Imagine you're drawing a circle, a very small circle on the ceiling. And use your breath, exhaling, little exhalations. So we, obviously you have to breathe in as well, but the emphasis is on breathing out. You want to try and straighten that leg as much as you can. Good, everyone. So this control is much better now. And you want to feel both of your bum cheeks on the floor, so you shouldn't be rocking through. Everything should be on the floor. And the movement is coming from the hip joint of your leg. Pointing your toes. Let's circle the other way. And obviously if you need to rest or rock or shake or do whatever you want to do, then do. Listen to your body. So circling the other way. And it's really important that you've got something underneath your head if you can, even if it's just a jumper, because I don't want anyone straining their necks. Okay, let's shake that leg out. Shake, 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 shake. Shake, 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 shake. Both legs in the air. Woo! All right, left foot down now and right foot up. So switching sides. And we're going to do little circles. Very small. Can you turn your knee, the leg in the air, can you turn that knee out to the corner of the room? So we're turning our knees out. So using the inner thigh a bit more now. You should feel that in the inside of your thigh. Really pointing the toe and really drawing the belly in, making sure the belly is drawn in. Stomach in, imagine your stomach's pushing your spine to the floor. Let's circle it the other way. Little circles the other way now. Good, keep the breath going. Make sure both bottom bum cheeks are on the floor. And then bring your knees in. Lovely. Bring your knees into your chest. Shake the legs out if you want to. So with this now, if you hold on to both your knees and just let your legs fall open. So just open your legs and just let your legs fall open. So hold on to each knee and just open your legs and just let your legs fall open. And that should feel quite releasing through the hips. And just maybe rock side to side so that you can feel your spine pressed into the floor. And we're just giving our backs a little bit of a massage really here. being a bit kind to our backs. That's it. And we're going to do a little stretch out now. So put both feet on the floor, and you're going to take your left leg up to the ceiling. Hold on to the back of your thigh or the back of your calf, so the bottom of your leg or the top, but not the knee. We want to hold on to the middle. And then if you can point your toe and just, no, sorry, what am I doing? Just, sorry, circle the ankle. So just circle at your ankle now, and then circle it the other way. That's it. Hold your leg at your maximum position, so wherever that is, try and get your legs straight. Your goal is to get your legs straight, and you're going to really kick your foot up to the ceiling. So use your heel to kick, to pull your toes towards your face. And then release that. So now just relax the foot and think about drawing the leg nearer towards your body. Try and relax the muscles in your face. And my leg's shaking a lot, and that's normal when we're stretching. That's a normal thing for your muscles to twitch or spasm, so don't worry if yours are doing the same. When we're stretching, we want to try and breathe out into the stretch. We want to relax the muscles into the stretch rather than forcing or bouncing or pulling or pushing. We want to try and train our brain to breathe through the stretch, because that's what stretching is about. It's about moving through uncomfortable or painful situations. So it's about recognizing that in your body. So never force your stretch. Even if you want to be really flexible, you have to do it over time and gradually. And then we're going to bend the knee. So bring your foot now onto that knee that's bent. So almost like you're crossing your legs, but you want the foot to be on there, not the knee. So watch me if you're not sure. So my leg was in the air, and I'm going to bring that foot across my knee. And then I'm going to use my hands and just push the knee open. So I should just feel a little stretch. And if anyone wants more of a stretch, you can draw the right knee towards you. That's it. And you should feel this in the outside of the bottom muscle, the bottom, the glutes and the hips, and maybe through the backs of your legs as well. And then let's bring the feet back down to the floor. We're going to go the other side. So we're going to take the right leg up to the ceiling and circle again. You're just going to mobilize, circular motion, the right foot, and hold behind the thigh or hold behind the calf. And these are all going to really help with the hamstring flexibility, so the backs of the legs, so the extension in the legs, so you know, things like spirals and splits and anything, especially like landing your jumps, or if you if you're doing dance, it really helps with the extension of your legs. So we're trying to create nice lines through our body. Lovely. Oh, that feels good to stretch. Okay, we're going to kick the foot up to the ceiling. So flex your foot, draw your toes towards your body, towards your head, sorry, and kick your heel towards the ceiling. If you're not sure, I'm demonstrating it with you. So we're really going to think about engaging the leg, and then we're going to try and relax into the stretch a bit more. So relax the foot, let the foot go floppy, and think about drawing the leg nearer to your body. Don't worry if you can't get it nearer. You want to extend the leg, so think about straightening the leg. And on each out breath, we try and relax into the stretch a bit more. So rather than forcing and pulling and straining, we want to think about softening and lengthening and melting into the stretch, which won't feel like it, I know. You won't feel like you're softening and melting. It will feel tight, but we're training our brain and our breath to breathe through the stretch, to try and relax the face muscles, try and relax your shoulders. And you might have noticed how tense you were in that moment. Lovely. And then bend the knee. So we're going to take the right foot across the left knee and use your right hand just to push open. And if you want to accentuate that stretch, you can draw the left knee towards you. Hold on to your knee and you can really feel that stretch through the outside of the leg. Try and relax the stomach muscles as well. So soften into your belly. And then bring both feet on the floor again. Then you're going to take your knees over to the right. Open your arms out in a T position. So open your arms out nice and wide. And you're going to look over your left shoulder. You should find a long length through the left side of your body. If you want to make the stretch even more apparent, you can use your right hand and hold on, so draw your left knee towards your body, and you can reach across and sort of twist your, yeah, that's it. If anyone's not sure, I'm demonstrating it on the screen, so have a little look at what I'm doing. So you should be looking the opposite way that your body's twisting. So your knees are one side and your head's the other. And just take a few breaths here. So again, really focus on the out breath. Lengthen through your body. Think about your body as being long and supple and soft and bendy, even if it feels short and tight and all the opposites. And then gently bring your knees into your chest, and we're going to rock through the middle. So we're going to come through the middle, we're going to protect our lower back and take the legs the other side. Take your legs all the way over to the left, open your arms out into big T, and look over your right shoulder. And if you want to accentuate that stretch, then use your left hand, hold on to the right knee, and just draw it across your body. And think about finding that length through the whole of the right side now. Breathe into where it feels tight and breathe out, lengthen through the body. Thinking long and supple and soft. And just keep using that breath to relax the face, relax the shoulders. Good. And then come back to the center again. Oh, give your knees a big hug. Press your lower back into the floor. Maybe rock side to side. And come round onto all fours. That's it. Tuck your toes underneath and walk your hands back to your knees. And from here, you're going to push back into a little squat position. And we're going to feel this in our calf muscles and our ankles. And just rock backwards and forwards. That's it. Yeah, feel free if you want to, some of you are doing this, to open your knees nice and wide. And we can sit in this position, like a frog's position. Getting your knees up by your heart, really good for your circulation. Yeah, we can take the hands to the center. I'm loving this. Some of you are leading this for me. You even know you're taking this on your own journey. These are good. When we're doing this, guys, I'm just going to I'm going to hop sideways. You don't have to hop. You stay where you are. You're going to lengthen through the spine. So use your elbows to push your knees back. And the wider you take your feet, that's it. Nikki, if you take your feet a little bit wider, that's it. Yes. Sometimes it's easier, if you're finding it a struggle to get in position, sometimes it's easier to stand up, open your legs, and then come down into it. So if you're struggling to get into this position, then that's it. Much better. Good. And then use your elbows to push back. Lift through your head. Excellent. Stephanie, can you open your legs ever so slightly wider? Your feet, if you get your feet a bit wider. And I'd say, Juliana, if you do the same thing, if you stand up and take your legs a little bit wider and then take yourself down into that position. There we go. Much better, guys. All right, let's release our head to the floor. Hands come down. We're going to turn our toes to face the front. Walk your feet in a little bit and we slowly roll up bone by bone. Your head should be the last thing to come up. So everyone hanging over like rag dolls again. Floppy, floppy, floppy. That's it. And then we slowly roll up bone by bone. Your head should be the last thing to come up. You will see me. I have to move my computer. There we go. And then we inhale, take our arms up. And exhale, bring our arms to the sides. Inhale, take them up. And exhale, arms to the sides. We're going to go one more time. This time, as we take our arms up, we're going to imagine that we've got a balloon between our hands. So imagine you've got a balloon above your head. You're holding it in your hands, yeah? And you're going to exhale, bring it down past your face. And imagine your head's a balloon floating higher, past the one in your hands. So you're floating up as you're pulling that balloon down. And then bring the arms by the sides. That's it. Just close your eyes for a second. Feel your feet on your mat or the floor. Feel your arms by your sides. And just notice how your body feels in this moment. Notice parts of your body that feel really loose, parts of your body that might feel really tired, any parts of your body that feel a little bit achy. And just acknowledging how your body feels in this moment. And then put a little smile on your face, so smiling. And just internally saying thank you to yourself. So say thank you for taking the time today to focus on my well-being, focusing on my body and doing all the things that are going to help me feel good, feel strong, feel flexible, feel connected with my friends and my fellow skaters. And yeah, just say thank you to yourself for improving your physical health, your mental health, and all the good things that help with the thing that you love, which is skating. So, well done. Give yourselves a round of applause and we can all come back together